sarap.
And I am the CEO of Canadian College. I'm here to welcome you to our school and our country and Vancouver. At Canadian College, we have been welcoming international students for the past 25 years. We are very experienced in helping students with all of the needs that they have when they meet their challenges coming to a new country and facing all of the new things that they have to face. Vancouver is always rated as one of the top cities in the world to live. It's a small downtown core where people can walk around. You can live in the city, work in the city, meet your friends. We have several parks and places to gather. It is an excellent place to live and a great place to find new opportunities. In Canada, we have world-class education. Canadians pride themselves on having excellent standards of education for their kids, for the adults programs, and for all of our career programs, especially the ones we have at our school as well.
We can.
Together, we
can
face
the challenge. Together,
we
can
make a difference.
together,
We can stay
strong.
together. We can
endure. We
are Canada.
and together
We
can.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to ACN's webinar. Today's event is one of the series of webinar we are having to get you in touch with our partner schools. So, today's program is presented to you by ACN Southern Immigration and Education Services. And our company has been successfully assisting clients with their visa application since 2005. And we have 6 branches in the Philippines, namely Makati and Quezon City, Angeles, Pampanga, Gapan, and Cabanatuan City, Nueva Ecija. And we also have in Baguio City. So, okay. So, the presenters of today's webinar are from the Baguio and Cabanatuan office, which I will be introducing each one of us to you. So let us start with our branch manager, Miss Lala Santos. You can follow her on Facebook by searching for ACN Lala. And our beautiful mentor and also my co-host for today is Miss Shelly Joan Marcelo. You can find her on Facebook by searching for Shelly M. ACN Southern. And our technical support, Miss Patricia Colleen Balmosena. You can reach out to her by searching for ACN Southern Baguio. Patricia. Another wonderful lady from Baguio, Miss Teresa Pascual. You can follow her on Facebook by searching for Teresa ACN Southern. And our Kabanatuan team includes Mr. Harold Glenn Calderon. You can reach out to him by searching for Harold Glenn ACN Southern. And yours truly is Ricky Beatriz Agbanlog. You can follow me on Facebook by searching for ACN Ricky. And of course, we are also joined by a very special guest, which I will be introducing later. She is the representative of Canadian College, one of ACN partner school in Canada, particularly in Vancouver. So at this point, we would also want to hear from you. So may we request our participant to type in the chat box your location and age so we can monitor the reach of our event and so that we can greet you too. So guys, please do not hesitate to utilize our chat box. You can also type in your question later regarding our presentation so we can answer them in the Q&A portion. Okay, so we have Miss Lorraine. And we also have Miss Charisma from Quezon City. Hello po. And we also have James from QC. Hello po. And we also have Ceci from Aurora. And Rian from Angeles. And also have Jane from Cebu City. Oh. And we also have Mary Joy Valdivieso from Iloilo. And we also have Leo from Negros Occidental. So, and then we have Vanessa from Baler. And we also have Mr. Carlo from Bulacan. And also Miss John Andrew from Bulacan. And we also have Monica. And we also have Miss Catherine from Siargao. Okay, so at this point, guys, thank you for participating. We are also going live on Facebook. So for our Facebook Live viewers, it is not yet too late to join in. Feel free to register in the link in the description of our event. You can also share our Facebook Live videos so that your friends can watch it too. So, and if you are more comfortable watching via Facebook Live instead, you can also type in your question in the comment section. We are monitoring them as well, so rest assured, we are going to try to answer them all later on. Okay, so in this webinar, we will show you some facts about Canada and the reason why you should consider studying there. Okay, so we are going to show you the process of becoming an international student and how ACN will help you. And with your application and of course, the bulk of our discussion will be the programs offered by our featured partner school for today, which is Canadian College. And we are very much looking forward to this. Okay, so let's begin by taking a look at Canada. So Canada is a country in North America located above the USA, and Canada is the world's second largest country by total land area. It is 9.98 million square kilometers with a population of 37.7 million and a population of density of about 4 people per square kilometer. Okay, it is more than 10 times larger in terms of land area as compared to our country, the Philippines. So to begin with, let's talk about the reason why you should consider studying in Canada. Okay, first off, Canada has an outstanding quality of education. They have 11 of the top 250 universities worldwide. And second, Canada is known for having some of the lowest university tuition fees among English-speaking countries. They are cheaper compared to the US, UK, and Australia. We can attest to this as we also process for other countries like Australia and New Zealand. And next, they are number one in quality of life rankings. Canadian and international students in Canada enjoy a high standard of living. They have 5 of the top 100 best student cities in the world. Okay, another reason, Canada is considered one of the safest countries in the world for international students. They have one of the lowest crime rate thanks to a fair justice system, strict gun control laws, and community policing. And fifth, Canada has a diverse multicultural society. They are a multicultural country with a rich ethnic diversity and official national policy of multiculturalism. Okay, so another reason why you should study in Canada is that you can work while studying. Under the study permit, you can work part-time, which is 20 hours per week, and full-time per week during school breaks. This will allow you to gain Canadian work experience and earn while you are studying. Okay, you are also allowed to bring your spouse and common law partner and dependent children with you to Canada. If you will be studying in eligible institution, your partner is eligible for an open work permit, meaning he can work full-time, and your children, given they are 18 years and younger, are allowed to study for free at Canadian public elementary and secondary school. Okay, and finally, can a student can stay and work in Canada after their study, or we call that post-graduation work permit or PGWPP. Allow students who have graduated from eligible institution to obtain an open work permit to gain valuable Canadian work experience and transition to permanent resident status. And now that you are convinced to pursue studying in Canada, your question might be, how can I be international student in Canada? Okay, so in order for you to study in Canada, you must secure a Canadian study permit. And a study permit is document issued by a Canadian government that allows non-Canadian national to study at designated learning institution or DLI. So DLI are school approved by the government to host international students. And the next question you might have, are you eligible to study in Canada? And what are the requirements? So first, there is no particular age limit to apply for a study permit in Canada, though you must be at least 18 years old. And second, you must at least a senior high school graduate or it from the old curriculum at least second year college. And if you have already obtained your bachelor degree, you are qualified as well. And third, you must have some form of English requirement. Usually, this is an English exam like IELTS, PTE, or TOEFL. Though some Canadian schools don't require the English exam, and instead, Filipino applicants can submit a certificate from their school or employer stating that English is the medium of instruction. And next, you must be financially capable to shoulder your tuition fees and cost of living. So, evidence of financial capacity is important. And fifth, you must have good health and have no criminal record. And medical exam and police certificate are required. And finally, you must present a genuine purpose to study and prove to the immigration officer that you will leave Canada at the end of your permit because a study permit is only valid for the length of your study program. So you might be wondering, what is study plan? Okay, so, well, a study plan is letter submitted to prove your purpose. It is a brief overview of why you want to study in Canada and what program you will take and what are your plans after your study. Like your employment opportunities. You must provide your social ties to the Philippines as proof of your intention to return. So, don't worry because ACN will provide a template. In fact, ACN will guide you in the composition of and editing of it. Okay? So, let's move on. How will you begin your application? So, ACN has 4 simple stages. The first stage is to sign the ACN contract, stating our agreement that you are getting ACN as your educational consultant. And once the contract is signed, we will provide you with a complete list of requirements and documents you need to gather. And the next stage is to decide what program you will take, the school and its location, and begin composing your letter. We have partner with school all over Canada, so you can have option for the school location. For instance, instances in British Columbia, we have Canadian College. Once you are settled on school and program, we will then begin with your enrollment application. So ACN will submit your enrollment form to your preferred school, and the school will issue a letter of offer which state the program and fees. And upon receiving the LOO, you have to pay the initial deposit. The great thing about the school in Canada, you are not required to pay the full tuition fee upfront. So just pay a deposit, and the remaining fees will be paid while studying in Canada. So once the school receives the deposit, they will give us your letter of acceptance. And this is the last document we need to start your permit application. Okay, so the last stage is to submit your study permit application form and the documents. You will also undergo a medical exam done by approved panel precision and submit your biometric at the visa application center. Once all that is done, all we have to do is wait for the permit decision. Okay? So guys, please stay online as our guest speaker will begin her discussion shortly. So now, if you would like to see more of what we offer, ACN can help you to study, work, live in Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. These are the services that we offer. So before we move along, we also would like to show you a photo evidence of our client who are now enjoying their Canadian dreams achieved through ACN processed by the Baguio team. They are now in Canada, and they are proud to have taken the leap of faith in processing their visa application and have received positive results. Okay? So lastly, you might be wondering, do we still have visa grant amidst the pandemic? So the next slides are our visa grantees just recently in May and June 2021. And we also have processed this July. So if you want to be the next visa grantees of ACN, what is the next step to do? Okay, so you may contact us through email by sending your inquiries to info@southernimmigration.com. And please also like our Facebook pages, ACN Southern Immigration and Education Services, and ACN Southern Immigration and Education Services Baguio, and also ACN Southern Immigration and Education Services Cabanatuan. So you may speak with an ACN consultant for your one-on-one orientation. You can reach them through phone calls or through online messaging apps. And our contact numbers are for Miss Lala, 0977-821-1451. And for me, for Miss Patricia, 0955-867-0095. And for Miss Teresa, 0927-296-6454. And for Miss Shelly, 0921-224-4878. And for me, 0968-417-5729. And for Miss Harold, 0916-759-3726. Okay, so we also have our YouTube channel. Well, you can watch our recorded orientation and past webinar. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, okay, ACN Study, Work, Live, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Now, for the main event, in In the next part of this webinar, let us hear from one of ACN's partner school. We are pleased to have Miss Ivy Chen. She is the student recruitment coordinator of Canadian College, who will be discussing the programs of the college. So, hello, Miss Ivy. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, Ricky. Thank you very much for the wonderful introduction.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Ivy.
Okay, so hello, everybody. Greeting from Vancouver. My name's Ivy. Thank you, Ricky, again for your great introduction and all the ACN team for your wonderful support for this event. And of course, thank you everybody who joined the meeting today, this info session, because I know it is early morning in the Philippines. So you are make a great investment for your time toward to your Canadian dream. I'm original from Taiwan, but I'm based in Vancouver, Canada. So I will be able to provide you the most updated COVID-19 situation in Vancouver. Also, let me share my presentation. I will be talking about the program that is hospitality, international trade, and project management. Those three programs are very popular and they all come with paid co-op. So it's a paid internship. You get to know the industry, you learn the professional skill, but at the same time, you're able to get paid. Okay, so I will talk more detail in the following presentation. Okay, so let me share my screen. As I promised, I will start with the most updated because I know you may wonder, is it the right time to come to Canada? What is going on right now in Canada? So let me share with my personal experience. I'm actually going to have my second dose this Friday. I already have my first dose. Lesson was basically all Canadian right now and also the international students. Because like ACM, our great partner, they actually have many students who are just going to arrive this couple of months. And you know that once students arrive, they can enjoy the free vaccine as well. It doesn't have to be Canadian, okay? But of course, I know in the Philippines, you guys also have free vaccine. But if you want to come to Canada earlier, you can also get vaccine in Canada as well. Okay, so let me start with vaccine since I talk about this. I'm just gonna share the link. Okay, I'm just gonna click it. Okay, so this basic the data around the whole world. So I think you can also see the Philippines here as well in terms of the vaccine first dose. I just want to quickly share with you what is the current vaccine rollout in Canada. So in here, you can see there's global ranking in terms of the first dose. Okay, so Canada before a few days ago is actually ranked #1, but UAE is speeding up. But I just want to share with you that in Canada, almost 70% of people already received their first dose. I believe it's around 36% people are received their second dose. That's including going to like me. So that means that in Canada, most of the population already have vaccine. So you also can get vaccine free in Canada. Usually in Canada is either Pfizer or Moderna if you register by the government. So it's a great news for you all because that means we are in a very, very positive direction because almost everybody in Canada are receiving at least one dose, okay? Okay, then the next one I want to share with you, let me go back to the presentation, is if you join my previous webinar with ACN, you may know that the minimum wage in BC already increased to $15.20. I want to bring this up again so you know that how much you are expecting to earn while you're working in Vancouver, right? Because your boss, your employer must pay you at least $15.20. Okay, let's move to the next. Because we are located in Vancouver, it is British Columbia province. So in Canada, each province has its own policy or its own plan. So I will be mainly talk about BC because we are locating BC. Okay, so we are currently in the stage 3. So what exactly is stage 3 mean? Okay, let me show you. So this is the plan of the BC government about restarting. So we are in the step 3. Okay, so in the step 3, that means most people already received their first dose. The cases are under control. Okay, and they're under control, much lower than before. So in this stage, for me, I'm allowed to go to restaurant with my friends. I also can, go to shopping mall. So also can go travel if I want to go to Toronto or, like Halifax or Canada. I can enjoy it without the restrictions because before I cannot go. Okay, so you can go travel in Canada wide. You can go dining. There's still some restriction, right? For example, you cannot indoor gathering for over 50 people, right? But you can see that the restriction is eased right now compared to before because we have very high rate in terms of the vaccine. So it may be a great time for you if you are considered to come to Canada, right? So because this is the stage 3. In the stage 4, this earliest is September 7. We are pretty close to 70%, as you can see earlier, the rate, right? This means has to be 70% at least receive the first dose, but we're so close. So we are very positive that this can be happen, okay, according to the government plan. So in this one, basically, everything is back to normal. Okay, everything's back to normal in September. So if you want to plan your study in Canada, I would say October this year will be a good intake for you. And of course, you can also choose January, April, July next year as well. Okay. Okay, let me go back to the slides. Okay. Sorry, I have to keep going up this way because I want to show you the website at the same time, the presentation. So the next one, we will talk about quarantine because then your next question is, okay, so if I go to Canada, then what should I do? Do I need to do quarantine? What is the current policy right now? So I will give the most updated news. So right now, if you are fully vaccinated, that equal to you have 2 doses. Okay, then you can skip the quarantine process. Okay, however, there are some conditions. There are some conditions that you must to have certain brand, right? So right now they only approve certain brand, like Pfizer, etc., AZ, etc. So if you don't receive those plans, that you may not qualify for this fully vaccinated, even you got 2 doses. But we sure the list will be updated, keep updating. So please stay tuned with us because this can be updated and we always share the most updated information for our students. For example, ACN students, they recently arrived, we will share the most updated this information with the student and then also have the pre-arrival training with them to make sure they understand all the rules and all the quarantine requirements. But I just wanted to share with you what is the most updated. So if you don't have 2 doses, or even you have 2 doses, but you are not having either AZ or Johnson & Johnson or Pfizer Moderna as the approval list, you still need 14 days quarantine, okay? And how 14-day quarantine work is 3 days hotel. It has to be government arranged, authorized hotel. And also 11 days, you can either live in homestay. We can help you to find homestay, can allow you quarantine. If you have related or friends in Canada, they're able to let you stay in their place and able to provide you 3 meals. And because you can't go out, right? You cannot leave your door. So if somebody able to take care of you, you can also stay with them. Okay, so that is the most current update. But this can be changed when you come to Canada. So just to know that this is not forever, okay? So, but we will keep you updated. We always do that for our students. Okay, so this is the update, okay? And we will be talking about our school in next, right? Okay, before I talk about school, I want to talk about a little bit of Vancouver. I see there's many attendants joined today. I'm not sure if all of you have been to Vancouver, but I personally live in Vancouver for many years, and I really love Vancouver. I was just spoke to Shelly, ACN Shelly, about the weather right now in Vancouver. She also shared with me the current weather in the Philippines. So in Vancouver right now it's around 25. Right now it's 6:30 p.m. in Vancouver right now. We are about 25 degrees. We are in the summertime, so this is very typical weather in Vancouver. And also right now during the summer, the sunset is about 9:30 p.m. So even I'm in Vancouver, you can see I'm still pretty bright because even 6:30 or 9:30, the sun it's still bright in here because the different angles. So it's quite interesting. But I want to try to say is Vancouver is one of the best living city in the world. It's very beautiful city. If you like outdoor, you like to go hiking, walking, or I heard some of you like to go to the beach and enjoy the walking. And Vancouver is definitely a great choice for you in terms of the weather. Okay, because we don't have like crazy snow like the most part of Canada. You still get to enjoy the snow during the winter, but it's not like 4 months or 5 months of snow or below 30-degree weather. So we still can enjoy most of the beautiful weather during the year. Okay, so our school is located in downtown, so somewhere in the left side. This is a waterfront area. This is a convention center. Actually, some of our students are working here, convention center. And also I'm going to get my vaccine shot in here. So later, because they have a different location. It's a very big center. This is Stanley Park. On the right side is Stanley Park. So you can, from our school, we can walk to Stanley Park and enjoy the forest basically. A lot of people were having, before the pandemic, we also have firework, etc. You can enjoy sometimes firework here. You can also biking around here and enjoy the beautiful view of Vancouver. So it's a great city to living, of course, living here it's a great weather. Also, there's a lot of people from Philippines in here as well. So there's a great community support in here. So you don't feel alone even you don't have friends or relatives here. Okay, if you like sports, this is also, there's the Olympics before hosting here. So you get to enjoy the sports culture in Vancouver as well. Okay, so also this the ski resort. You can go for the ski as well during the winter or some part of the time because Vancouver is surrounded by ocean and mountain. So you got to enjoy everything in Vancouver. Our school is very easy to access to. So you can either buy SkyTrain, which on the right side is similar to subway in Manila. Similar idea. Means that it's easy to access to. They run on the sky mostly. So they run on the sky. So that's why it calls SkyTrain. So our school is about 3 minutes walk from the SkyTrain station to our school. So it's super easy to access by SkyTrain. Some of you may not live in downtown or you may not live in the place close to the SkyTrain station, but it will be bus around your home, the place you rent or your homestay, because Vancouver is very easy to access to compared to, some of the small town because still a city. So you don't have to worry about your transportation. You can also just take a bus and go to downtown. So many buses are going to downtown. So there could be one of transportation. And if you live in North Vancouver, so it's the one that is ahead of Stanley Park, then you can take the ferry. This we call ferry bus, and it's connect between downtown and North Vancouver. So no matter where you are, it's very easy to access to our school. Our school was founded in 1991, so it's 30 years anniversary this year actually, and we are very, very much look forward to celebrate with all our students this September. And I say that all the time, but I'm very confident this time will come true because it's been very long time, but with the vaccine rate and low case right now in Vancouver, we are very positive that we are going to make it. Most of our courses right now are offered online in case you're curious in July intake, but in September, we are going to have more in-person classes. For October, there will be more information coming out, but we're heading to the direction that have more in-person means students are go back to campus to study, okay? And of course, I'll talk about the co-op and job too, because I know you may wonder what are the job available even during the COVID, right? Are the student able to find a job? Is the pandemic affect the co-op? Okay, so I will talk about that in the next slide. But I just wanted to let you know that we are located in downtown Vancouver. We offer 3 programs. I've been talking about the career college program in here because most of our program, in fact, all our program, if you're from the Philippines and you complete education, that including either high school, I know some of you are very young, like 18 years old or 19 years old, that if you already finished high school in the Philippines, you don't need to provide IELTS. And I also see some of you already already have a degree that it's also, you don't need IELTS as well. But we need to examine your academic documents so before we make the final decision. The third program we have is we work with St. Lawrence College. It is a public institution. We deliver 5 of the program together. So currently we have around 1,500 students from 50 different countries. We are a very international student-focused school. So we know what the new students need, right? Because, you know, international students always face some challenge and we are very experienced in helping students with that, okay? Here is our campus, okay? This is our downtown campus. We have 5 floors. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th floors are classroom. In the 5th floor are rooftop, so that's a little cute garden that you can enjoy the view in downtown. We also spend time because, you know, as I shared earlier, most of course are delivered virtually, means online. So some students don't have to go to the school. So we definitely take advantage of this time to upgrade our campus, to do new painting, new floor, so we can welcome the students in September. So this just are the pictures of our school. Like the left one are the new painting, by the way, and the right one is the new floor. Okay, so we speak of our college. We also have a cute school restaurant at our 2nd floor. So we also hire our students too for part-time or full-time to work in this restaurant. If you're looking for accommodation, you can also check with ACN. They're very experienced, so they may provide you other accommodations option. But if you need us to rent residence for you, we do have a residence just located 15 minutes walking distance from our school. So it's right in the middle of downtown, the golden area. So surrounded by restaurant. My student enjoyed to live here because she got to work nearby, right? And then she can walk to the school and she also can walk to like a beach, just like 15 minutes walk. So it's a great location. Okay, so I will share some updates in our school. And now let's dive into today's main topic, which is international trade, hospitality management, and project management. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to talk about these 3 programs, and I'm going to dive into the course, and I also going to share with you what exactly our students doing, how much they're earning, and also what are my potential future career to be in Vancouver. Okay, so let's start with project management. Okay, so in this program, if you're looking for the paid co-op program, we have 2 years program available only for this program. Okay, so that means total 2 years, you will have total 1 year of study plus 1 year of paid work. The class time is about 20 hours per week. We usually release our schedule 2 weeks before the semester. Each year has 4 semesters: January, April, July, October. So the class time may be varied, depends on the semester, but you can choose your own schedule from your second semester. Okay, it is manageable of finding part-time job during these 20 hours per week, because there's just so many jobs right now, actually, like restaurant, bakery, retail, because our school in downtown, right? So it's basically surrounding by this kind of business that you can work as part-time, and those businesses are usually looking for more seasonal worker and able to give you, let's say, you work Monday for 4 hours, and then Thursday for another 4 hours, and weekend for another 8 hours, etc. So 20 hours per week is manageable if you want to work 20 hours per week during your study. Okay. If you wanted to become a project management manager, for example, then our program is also prepare you for it. Okay, we work with PMI, so all our courses are designed to help you to get exempt. However, this is optional, so we don't force you to pay the certification fee. If you wanted to become, you want to get exempt, then you can pay the extra to get the exam done, if that's something that you're looking for. Okay, and I will talk about more about how this will help with your career if you get this kind of certification. Okay, and again, I shared earlier, there's no IELTS required, but we need to see your academic document. So this is the course design in terms of the project management program. So basically, you will have some core courses. For example, in the project management, you will be learning fundamental budgeting, scheduling, risk management, and leadership. That are the main program of the project management. But as a project management, either you are a manager or assistant, you also need to know the business operation. Because project manager is actually, if you think that way, I also took some project manager course, by the way, from our school. So it's actually, because I see some of you maybe already have experience in some company in the Philippines. You know that a lot of companies are expanding. There always a new project, either they are looking for a new shop or they have new budget. They need somebody to control the project, right? So really having this skill for you, it's benefit you overall, right? It benefit you overall in terms of any business, really. But if you wanted to become a project manager, then how you become, right? So first, we work with PMI, as I shared before, is very famous project management institution. So if you complete this program, you can choose to take an exam, right? So it's called CAPM. So in this exam, you basically become associate, so like a project manager assistant. There's no experience required. If you want to become a manager, or like more like professional higher certification, then you need 3 years work experience beside this training. Okay, and I will share about how that will help you. So let me start with our co-op student first, right? Because I actually dive into our data to check what exactly our students doing during the COVID. So some example are the students. So there's just some examples because we have doing co-op for since 2008. So we have a lot of data, but because the private issue, we cannot share the company name. But I know y'all wonder what's going on, so I will share what they're doing, okay? What other company are and what exactly they're doing. And give you some examples so you have some idea, okay? So this one I talk about is co-op, okay? So part-time and co-op job can be separate. Part-time is the one you doing while you study, right? So it can be, you can work in a restaurant, you can work in a clothing shop, it's unlimited. Anything you want to do, you can work as part-time. While you go into your co-op turn, then your job has to be related to your study. In this case, it's project management. Okay, so example of the real story of our students. So for example, the first one that I find, I like to find like interesting one. Everybody's different. So for example, there was one student that is currently working at a food donation center. So her job is to, because, food donation center, there will be volunteer, there will be food driver, there will be a food donation center. So her job is to manage this kind of project, right? So how did you connect hundreds of volunteers to over 30 of food driver to 16 stores and 7 days a week? How did you manage that, right? In a tiny manner. And also, you also need to collect the data and making the report. You have to connect with client, distributor, and supplier. So that is one of the job our student can do. And also she got hired by the company, by the food donation center as well to do her co-op job. So this is one example. The other, also, I also see some students are working in the accounting company or student working with general business. General business really not limited to some of them are retail or restaurant or office or accounting. And you may wonder, so how that is related, right? I thought it's a project management, but really in the business, there's always a new project, right? There's a new budget, there's a new scheduling. Also, there are some risk, right? If I'm doing this, how it's gonna affect my business. So our students' job that in that business, they will be more focused on this area, like budgeting, scheduling, but of course, they also need to help the business operation as well, right? So here's an example, right? And here on the right side, this is just our student testimonial because it says face. He's from Taiwan. You may see the rest of the testimonial. Some students are from Taiwan because I'm originally from Taiwan. So I always ask my student to do it. But the left side are the data as well. Like that are the students. They may be from Philippines or from Middle East, from Europe, from Asia. So these are the example. So for this student particularly, he's working in the foreign company. So he has no idea what is project management, okay? Because he was a police officer in Taiwan. And he came to Canada, he studied project management, and he's now working as project management assistant in Vancouver in a local company in Richmond. It's basically a suburb of Vancouver. So his job is basically, because foreign company, right? So his boss will do some foreign measure, go to see the client, and he's doing the paperwork, help the boss to complete the project, right? Because each foreign is a new project, right? So his job is doing that. He has no experience, but he's able to find office job, right? So there's just some example I want to share with you what exactly our students doing as the co-op students. And the next I want to share with you that is this just the part-time, right? Your part-time, your co-op, what could be your future in Canada with this program. Okay, so here I want to give you some example that This example I choose is project manager. So usually that we see from the previous one, most of our students start with entry job. Some of them start with assistant first, just because you are new to Canada and you don't have experience yet or consider Canadian experience. So most of them start with assistant, but it doesn't stop then there, because if you have ability, you can move yourself up with more experience, right? So here is the one that I want to share with you as an example. And all the data that I find is from Indeed. So if you don't know what is Indeed, I also want to share with you. Okay, so Indeed is like a job matching website. It's very popular and very reputable, means that it's very well known, has a good resource. So if you are wondering what kind of career or what kind of job you can do in Canada, you can search Indeed.ca. Indeed.ca. So it's basically just Indeed, okay, and then just search Canada in the Google, then you'll be able to find it. So in this sheet, you can see project management in Canada and how much they can earn, right? So here is the data. This is Canadian dollars, right? Around 70,000 Canadian dollars in per year. This average salary, so that means the average out. So you may not get this amount of money right away, but it is possible. And I wanted to let you know that it's possible if you go into this direction and how much you can possibly make in Canada once you graduate and have more years of experience. And you can see here, there's a job requirement. So also I search Indeed and I kind of summarize what are the job requirements, right? So what do you need in order to earn this kind of money, okay? So usually in Canada, I would say unless you are a professional instructor, right? Instructor, usually you need to have master's degree or PhD, but for a lot of jobs, they don't need it. Right, it's good to have it, but if you have a training, for example, in here you can see degree or diploma in a related field. So in this case, you study project management at Canadian College. That will qualify. The first one, experience managing projects. So that means you, during your co-op or you need to have several experience because this is the project manager position, manager, right? So you need to have experience. And some of them ask for PMP certification. So what is PMP? That was the one I shared with earlier, that we work with PMI here, right? PMP is this one, Project Management Professional, right? So usually they like to see you have this, right, as an asset. And of course, you need to know what are you doing, right? So you need to know, you have experience of the reports about the project management, timeline, chart progress, right, budgeting, etc. Right? So these are the example of people in Canada, the employer are looking for people to work in Canada to have this kind of requirement and ability. And I want to share with you that it could be your career in Canada as well. But of course, you will start, it's very possible you start with part-time assistant first, but I want to give you some idea of the career in Canada. The next one, we'll talk about hospitality program. Okay, so in this program, we have two options. Either you can choose 1 year, which is 6 months study, 6 months work, or you can choose diploma. That is 12 months study plus 12 months work. It's the same idea as project management. So all your class is paid, okay? You get paid. It's not a free work. You get paid what you're doing. In this program also, we help you to have additional credential as well. In this program, it's included in your program we call ALA or ALA. It's American Hotel Association. Also, it's a great bonus if you have this certificate that's on top of your Canadian College credential. I see that some students like 17 or 18 or 19 that join today's webinar. So if you're looking for a degree, then this program is perfect for you because, and of course, if you like hospitality, because you can get a degree, 4 years. So 2 years at our school, okay, that including 1 year co-op, paid co-op, and another 2 years at university. And then together you will receive a degree in tourism management. If you don't know what exactly is Capilano University, is a public university located in North Vancouver. So North Vancouver is very stunning. It's a very beautiful place. It's always famous for tourism, and this school is very well known in terms of tourism, and they have a lot of graduate alumni working in the field. So you have a lot of connection here if you want to choose tourism management degree. But it's a great program because we don't need IELTS, right? The first step. And in Cavanano, I believe the tuition fee wise is probably 20,000 Canadian dollars. But for our program, 2 years, 2 years is less than 20,000, and you got to work 1 year. So if you're looking for affordable degree, then this is one of the program for you. Okay. In terms of the program design, as you can see on the left side, these are the core course, right? So you, and all work with ALA. ALA is the institution we're talking about. So if you finish this program, the course, in the left side, you will get additional certificate, right? If you pass the exam, you get, for example, you pass the exam of a managing office operation, then you get management office operation, a certificate issued by ALA at the same time. So you got to have a lot of certification actually that our instructor always, they sometimes share with me, so I can see that student have like a really a big amount of certification. But that's good that for your career development, because you can show your employer that you are well trained in this area. In terms of the co-op jobs, part-time job right now, also I summarizing here what are students doing during the pandemic especially. So convention center, that if you joined earlier, you will see the pictures that I'll share with you. This is one of the place our students were working. Also food service, restaurant, front desk, that including hotel, resort, and of course some students were working in ski resort as well, bar, coffee shop, or some of them are working in the cleaning related, because there's a lot of high demand because of COVID. I also would like to share with you that if you're thinking about to come to Canada and you worry you cannot find a job, then don't worry, because if you look at this news, this is the recent news that published earlier, that there is a huge staff shortage in terms of the hospitality area, for example, like restaurant, also hotel as well. In this news, there's a lot of information. I won't open it and go to it because we don't have that much time, but I will quick summarize here why caused this problem. Like the boss cannot find it, right? He said he has 100. In this news, there's one boss, he's looking for staff for his restaurant, and he needs hundreds of the staff, but he can't find it. And the reason why is, first, is less supply, because it's less international students and immigrants compared to before the pandemic, because some restriction, of course. Although you can travel to Canada, if you have approval visa later. But a lot of students decide to defer their plan, or some of them decide not coming. So we have less people than before. And at the same time that we are heading to a very positive direction, that means before restaurant maybe only allow takeout, now they can do dining, and now they can have more people dining right now. So there's more demand, right? More customers are coming to the store, coming to the shop, but there's not enough workers. So it may be a great opportunity for you, right? Because, in here, almost everybody will get a vaccine, right? So you will get protection as well when you're working. And there's a lot of job opportunity actually in Vancouver right now. In terms of the career about the restaurant, of course, that most of the students, like I shared earlier, for example, like convention center or food service, they may start with more entry-level job, but some of the students are become hotel manager or front desk supervisor, and after several years. I know this because our instructor is, they are all from industry, so they have a great connection and network. And some of the jobs actually our student getting is referred by the instructor because he is super passionate about helping students. If he had a job, he say, "Hey, do you want this job?" And he just refer our student to hotel or restaurant that in his network. And he also attend students' wedding after several years. So he always share with me that my student is this hotel manager, and my student is this one. So you could become manager as well. After you finish the program, has more years experience. So again, I want to share with you how much you could possibly earn. This is based on the work BC, so it's a little bit different than Indeed that I shared with earlier. Indeed is more like a private company sources, but they are very well-known company. So, and work BC is a government agency, so they get out together. But anyway, I just want to share with you what are the average salary in terms of the restaurant job. Okay, so one is like restaurant or food service manager. We can see the salary is about 15,000 for the average, and also you can be food service supervisor as well if you work in restaurant. So it's around 30,000. And also I want to share with these cooks, just because there's a huge demand in terms of this job. So if you're curious, you can also search online and see. But this is like a big shortage. And I think some of our students are become PR with this position as well, because this is a huge demand right now in this position. But in general, hospitality industry are very shortage at this moment because the pandemic, right? Less workers, and now everything is restart again. So it is really a great opportunity for you. Okay, if you like hospitality and you wanted to grow in this area. Okay, I will move a little bit faster. I think I talked too long. So the next one, the final one is internship trade. So in this program, again, you have two options. We also work with professional industry called FITT. In this program, FITT is basically an international trade organization. So we give the student opportunity if they want to become a certified international trade professional. Okay, so just also remember that you will get additional credential, and you can see the course here on the left side. Most of them are FITT. That means this is FITT curriculum, and our instructor used to be FITT advisor too, and he has many experience in the international trade. So he's definitely a great resources if you want to get into this area. International trade supply chain is also one of fast growing industry in BC. So if you like international trade, it could be a great program for you. Again, I will share with you what are the jobs right now for our students. So on the right side, guess where she's from? She's from Taiwan. Because I asked her to, she's in the Banff National Park. But anyway, her job is warehouse assistant. She was working, she already went back to Taiwan actually, but she was working like a sports retail because, you know, during the pandemic, a lot of people are ordering stuff online, right? So her job is to prepare the order and shipping and make sure order is correct. I think her wage is about 16 or 17 per hour. So it's higher than $15. So it could be a great program as well. Maybe like good part-time job, even you know, not studying international trade. But of course, you can use this as a co-op job. We also have students working the trading company that usually they do a spice trading. And actually we have quite a number of students are working in that company, and some of them actually become PR because the company sponsor them and they become the manager of the company, and they come back to hire more students. So we have company like that. They just like our students, so they keep coming back and hire more students. And this is also one of the info session that we are hosting. If you're wondering how we helping students in finding co-op job, for example, that I was just sharing with you. This one I show the company name just because it's a job session. So it's posted on our social media. So Amazon, you know, right, is a global big company. They actually regularly come to our school, host online session, and then they hire our students. Okay, so a lot of the job available don't need work experience. So if you're looking for entry job, then this is perfect for you in terms of the internship trade, co-op, or just part-time. Amazon is a big company, so there's a lot of internal promotions, or like I shared earlier, that it doesn't stop you there. It doesn't mean you enter as entry, you are just stuck in the entry. There's a lot of promotion or you know, like long-term development you can do. So that's why I always recommend students, if you choose 1-year program or 2-year program, which one should I choose? I would say I would definitely suggest 2 years, because in 2 years you all have much more experience. And if you are wanted to stay in Canada, you might find the right employer to sponsor you if you study 2 years, right? And this is our core advisor. And his job is to helping you in finding the core job. Okay, so he will share with you job list. He will tell you where to find job, how to do interview. He will follow up if you face any challenge in finding jobs. So earlier I was talking about co-op. We also work with St. Lawrence College. It's a public institution, offer 1 year supply chain management program as well. Again, no IELTS required, so there could be another option for you if you are looking for in the international trade area. And again, I will share with you here. Again, this is from Indy. I will go a little bit quicker because I've been talking too much. So again, I gathering the information from Indy.ca and about the career as a supervisor in supply chain. So what are the salary you are getting? I believe it's about 50,000 Canadian dollars per year average rate. Again, they only require diploma or degree, right? So if you complete the international trade diploma for us, then you will qualify most of the job posts in the Indy. The other things they will require management experience, of course, because this is supervising and position. So that's why it's very important that you start with assistant or entry level, because you get to know the company, right? And also you need to have knowledge of shipping largest projects. That is something we will teach you. And also like Microsoft, you need to be excellent because you are doing the trade, right? So lots of office related, like computer wise, you have to very good at it. I also see some posts that say, if you can complete like CITP, for example, that would be an asset. So what is CITP is the one that I shared with you earlier, was the FITT organization we work with. You get the diploma from our school, and with 1 year extra work, then you can apply to become the CITP, the certificate, the professional international trade. So that is something, how this can lead to you to a better position and better salary. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly wrap up here. So after I share with you with all the program information, you may still wonder, so what exactly is a co-op and how much you can earn? So if you choose 1 year program, 6 months study, 6 months work, you still can work part-time, 20 hours per week. If you choose 2 years program, then total you will be able to work 2 co-op terms, which is total 1 year. That is 1,000 hours plus part-time. So in 2 years, you can earn over 45,000 Canadian dollars. And tuition is only less than 20,000, right? So how much is the program fee? It's about 9,000 per year. How much the living cost in Vancouver is about 10,000. Of course, everybody's different. So, but the average 10,000 is manageable. How much could I earn? It's around 22,000 per year, 22, 23,000. It depends on your wage, right? So this combined with your co-op and your part-time. So, and it's based on the minimum wage only. So earlier I shared with you the students testimonial, or some of the jobs, some of them get paid 16, 17, some of them even get paid 20. So this is just the minimum wage that we base from. So it does not mean I can earn more than I spend. The answer is yes. So by studying with us, by studying with our core program, you actually not ending up spend anything, because you're able to earn it back if you're willing to work as part-time during your co-op entire program too, right? So that's why this program is super popular, because you get to learn in the professional area, and also you got to earn the money as well. So here, just a little bit quick summary. I just want to point out that if you're curious about St. Lawrence program, that I'll share with you for the supply chain management, that is 16,000 for a year. But for co-op program, all our programs about 9,000 Canadian dollars per year, and 18,000 is around that range. If you wanted to know more detail of you want to have a quote, you can schedule a free appointment with ACN. They're able to guide you through with what exactly are you going to pay, or what are the payment plan available. Okay, and the good news is we currently offer the scholarship until the end of September. So for 2 years diploma program, you receive 3,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. For 1 year program, it's 2,000. St. Lawrence program, we don't have scholarship, but we can offer 1 month free accommodation if you sign up for it by the end of September. Okay, so the rest of the pictures is our previous students who come to Canada and achieve their Canadian dream. So I just want to share with you their pictures, and I will end my presentation here. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Ivy, for that wonderful and very informative sharing with us. So we are glad to have you today. And for now, for our participants, Miss Ivy is still here, so she will be glad to answer the questions that you might have. So don't be shy. Type them in to the chat box. And for questions related to ACN, Miss Ricky will be glad to answer them for us.
Okay, so hello guys. You can now feel free to chat in our chat box, and we will entertain all of your questions regarding in school and in ACN. Okay, don't be shy, and you can also unmute your mic so you can talk to Miss Ivy personally. And also for our Facebook Live viewers, you can also comment in our comment section, so we can answer them here. Okay, so we have first question from Miss Caitlin from Facebook. Do you have healthcare program? So
Yeah, we don't. Unfortunately, we don't have house programs for our. I think we more for into like business related. We used to have a healthcare admission, but we start offering that programs because St. Lawrence changed their curriculum. So in the short answer is no. Unfortunately, we don't have anything about house.
okay, thank you for that, Miss Ivy. And we also have from Jane. And how much do I need to pay to enroll in your school?
So Jen, that's a good question. So usually our program is about 9,000 a year, 18,000 for 2 years. So that would depends on the program you choose. And if we do have students that usually they pay with the full tuition because they can put their receipt in their visa application. But I will say I will highly recommend you make a appointment, schedule a free consulting appointment with ACN because they're very well experienced in terms of the visa. And if you cannot pay the full fee, I believe you can pay around 40,000 or 5,000 just for your initial payment if you talk about the letter acceptance.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Ivy. We have another question from Miss Eileen. I am 44 years old. Is the program still possible for me?
Yes. We don't have the age restrictions. We just need students at least have high school graduation. Usually it's around 18 or 19 years old. But in terms of visa, because they will look at your whole profile. So I will also suggest you to contact ACN in terms of the visa applications. But for the school part, it's no problem as long as you meet the requirement, which is minimum high school graduation, and also we need to examine your document. If you pass, then you don't need IELTS as well.
Okay, so you can book an orientation with ACN so we can discuss the further details. Okay, so we have another question from Miss Hans. I am grade 12 graduate and interested in IT. What program can you recommend and how much is the tuition fee?
So IT, I think, hence you are mean the information technology, not international trade, right? I just wanna.
Yeah, it's
I just want
IT here in Philippines is information technology.
technology. Yeah. We do have international. Oh, okay. So we have IT program as well. So we have co-op, which is 2 years. So again, it's around 16,000 ish for 2 years program. I will highly recommend you get into the IT field if you like it, right? Because like I don't like IT, I can't study IT, but IT is always high demand. And in fact, we are going to talk IT in our next webinar. We have the last one that we'll talk about more about IT. But in terms of the program fee is about 16,000, and you got to work total 1 year as co-op. We also have the other one that is not co-op but offered by St. Lawrence College at our school, and that one is 32,000 per 2 years program. So it's a little bit different. I would suggest that either you can attend the next session or you can book an appointment with ACN because they have students who are interested in this program too, so they can guide you through the exactly tuition fee. But it's about 16,000 for 2 years.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Ivy. So for Miss Richa, so yeah, you can book an orientation and appointment with ACN. So we will explain the further details, and like what Miss Ivy chance, we have next webinar about IT. Okay, so we have another question from Miss Hans. Is your school accessible by the bus or train? May I know the location?
Yeah, so we are located in the right downtown. So we near a SkyTrain station. It's called Burwa SkyTrain. So it's about 3 minutes walk find the location. I can tell you exactly the address if you're curious. If you have relative in Canada and your relative might want to know, so where is it the school, then we are located. Actually, I will type here, okay, for you. I will send to everybody. So this is our location. We're located in the Albany Street, just 3 minutes walk from the SkyTrain stations. And there's a lot of bus stop nearby.
Okay.
And you can search that, yeah, by the address I just said.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for Miss Richa, Miss Ivy, she say like international train, not information technology. That's what I mean, Mom thinks.
Oh,
What?
Richard, it's it's at so it's not IT, it's the international trade. It's a same student.
Actually, Miss Ivy, they are two different students. So one was interested with information technology, and our next student here is interested with international trade as well.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Richard, I think you can definitely take advantage of the free orientations and appointment with ACM. Because they have students like register for internship trade as well. But I personally would recommend our 2 years diploma. Just because that I shared earlier, that's for example like Amazon, they're hiring our students. Then if you have 2 years time, that you're able to move yourself up, right? Because it's big company, you got to a lot of promotion can happen, right? And then you actually also, if you want to become international trade professional, with 2 years programs, you will get FIT diploma. With 1 year experience, you can apply to become a professional international trader. So I would suggest 2 years for you, but of course we have 1 year available as well. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Ivy. We have another question from Hans. How long is the co-op for IT program? Is there a chance for the student to be absorbed by the employer in co-op?
Okay, Hans, that's a good question. So for IT program, information technology, for 2 years, right? So you will have total 1 year co-op, right? So that means with the part-time job you're doing, you can earn 23,000 per year, right? With Canadian dollars. And IT program usually they get paid more. So if you interested in IT, that is a good program for you. In fact, we have, if you mean absorb, it means hired by employer. I have a great example for you. It's our IT guy, my colleague. So he's original from Mexico, and he was study IT core at our school. And then later, because he's doing very well and fix a lot of problems, he's still my colleague. And then our school hired him as a permanent position. So he become PR along the way, just with our IT program. So yes, we do have students that hired by their core employer. In fact, that's the beauty of the program, because if you work hard, right, also your employer, there's a position available, then they will definitely consider to continue hire our student, but because they're hardworking and they're very talented, and we do have student like that. Okay.
Okay. So thank you for that, Miss Ivy. And we have any additional question from Miss Hans. Just for info, is your area affected by the recent heat wave in Vancouver?
Hence, I have to give you a thumbs up. You're very follow up the recent news. Yes, the answer is yes, because in Vancouver, I shared earlier, the weather is like perfect. Usually it's 25. The hottest day is 30. So in Vancouver, we don't have air conditioning at home. So it was a quite shock by the heat wave. It's around 40 to 45 degree suddenly, but it only lasts for about 3 or 4 days. I also was sweating. It was funny, like we have a lot of online meeting with other our partner school. I was talking and then everybody's like steaming. But this only happened since I've been into Vancouver that I only experienced once. So it doesn't very often, but it is can be happen. And when that happens, just stay home. Just don't go outside. Yeah. But we do. It was last week also. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope you, Miss Ivy, stay hydrated.
Yeah. Right now it's good. It was just few days. So right now it's about 25 degrees. So it's all good. Yeah. It is already passed. Yeah. But thank you, Hans, for your concern. And it's good for you. You are keeping watching the news. That's good for you.
Okay. So we have question from Marjun. Is that fees $9,000 for a year includes everything or it's intended for school only?
So it is for school only. So around 9,000. It's about our school fee. You also need to pay for your own expense, that including like renting a place or your food or your transportation. And it's about 10,000 per year. Every student is different. So, but you can use that as a calculation. So 9,000 a year for school fee, 10,000 for living or cost. But if you study with our co-op program, okay, you can earn around 23,000. That is higher than 9,000 plus 10,000 if you work hard and part-time. So it depends on your expense, of course, but you could earn more than you spend, including your tuition fee and your living costs. But short answer is it's for school only, 9,000. Okay.
Okay, for margin, we can send a estimated quotation. You can book an orientation with ACN team so we can send you estimated quotation. Okay, so let's move on. For Miss Elizabeth, may I know more details about your operation management 1 and 2 and its nominal duration? How much is the tuition for each course?
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. If you want to take course, because like operation management 1 or 2 are like courses, right? So that part of the program. For example, if you study project management, you might choose operation. For example, like core course, you may take operational manager 1, and then you take 2. So usually 2 is at the advanced level, so we get to learn deeper in terms of the operation manager. So if usually how it work is if the course is already included in the program, so 1 year is about 9,000, right? You don't need to pay additional fee of taking the course. But if you want to take extra course, for example, you study hospitality program, but you want to take operational management course at the same time, then each course is about $1,000, because we are $1,000 basically. It depends on the course. Sometimes it's valid. So it's about $1,000 per course fee. And usually one course is 3 months. That is 1 semester.
Okay. So we have another question from Miss Hans. So what about your health programs? How much is the tuition fee for the physical therapist? Is there a co-op for that program?
Yeah, Hans, unfortunately, we don't have physical therapists or any health-related program. But you can check with ACN because they work with a lot of institutions, so they may be able to recommend you one. Okay, but our school, we don't offer any health program.
Okay, so for Hans, you can contact us so we can recommend an institution in Canada that offer physical therapists. Okay, is there any more question, guys? Don't be shy. You can use this opportunity to talk with Miss Ivy. Hello, Miss Hans?
Ano, Rosa?
Hello? I'm sorry for that, Miss Ivy. Okay,
No
so
problem.
what is the full name?
Can
So what?
yeah,
Canadian
yeah, I
College.
got the questions. Yeah, thank you, Ricky. Elizabeth, our school is called Canadian College. I know it's very simple name. You may get confused. Some of our students get confused. They thought it means all the college in Canada, but our name is called Canadian College. We are located in Barras Street. Mm-hmm. We are institution, not an organization of all the institution or something, but our name is called Canadian College. Easy to remember. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Miss Ivy, we have question from Facebook, and it's asking how much it costs the school accommodation in Canadian College, and with studio type. Okay,
How much the accommodation fee, right?
school accommodation fee with studio type.
With what are the last sentence? Sorry, I didn't get the last sentence.
Like a studio type room.
Oh, what kind of type? Oh, so we have two accommodations that we can help you to rent it. One is residence. The residence located in downtown. We have single room, share room, usually two females or two male together, share one room. That one is the cheapest. It's 850. Actually, I'm gonna just type here. 850 per month. It's cheaper. However, because it's located in downtown, so it is really good price, but you may still think it's a little bit pricey. We usually recommend students they can stay 1 month at school arrange accommodation, just because they get to know the place, get to know Vancouver before they move out to have their own renting place. So share room, 850. I believe single rent is around $1,000. We also have studio that is 900 each. If you come with a couple or a close friend, you can stay that. Everybody, each one is paying 900. We also have homestay. Homestay that it's 1,000 per month, but it includes the meals. Usually my experience is that I used to be an international student, just like you all, that, you know, so I rent a place like a single room. It's about 500 to 800 per month. It depends on the renting place. So you can get cheaper if you stay longer. But if you want us to rent, I think the cheapest is 850. If you want a homestay, that is about 1,000 for a month for 4 weeks. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, for a homestay.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Ivy. We have a question from Miss Shashika. I joined now. Can I know there are web design courses?
Web design? We don't have web design, but we have IT. More like IT technicians program.
Okay. Okay, Miss Ivy. So for Miss Jane, where is your office in Baguio? Can we visit your office? So Miss Jane, we will put the office address here. We have office in Baguio. We will put the office location here. Okay. Okay. So for Miss Sashika again, how can application to college?
Oh, Shashika, you are asking very important questions. How to make the application? So ACN is able to guide you because they are one of our partner, so they can guide you about the application process. And if you apply before the end of September, then you'll receive the current scholarship that is up to 3,000 Kenyan dollars. Okay.
Okay. So we have another question from Miss Hans. Is your school offer PGWP or
Hence,
post-graduation work?
yeah, thank you. So hence, we are a private institution. So usually how it works is our co-op students may get sponsored by their co-op employers. Some of our students are like that. So they got to work with co-op. They get to know the employer like them and willing to sponsor them. So we have students like that they have work permit under the employer name. So it's kind of similar to the PGWP, post-graduate work permit, but it's like employer specific work permit. So our co-op students do get this kind of work permit and then eventually become PR in Canada. If you wanted to have a program that it's associated with, like students are eligible to apply for PGWP, then it has to be public college institution. We do offer with St. Lawrence College. So the program I shared with earlier, international trade, like supply chain management, the one is it's public institution. So you receive 2 credentials, one's from us, one's from public institution with St. Lawrence. And you can apply for PGWP. I think you asked about IT before. So in your case, we also have a computer technicians program offered by St. Lawrence College. That one is eligible for PGWP, and usually 2 years program eligible for 3 years. Again, you still need to apply this PGWP by the government though. Like the school doesn't issue you a PGWP, you still need to apply this after you finish the St. Lawrence program. If you are not sure which program refer to, because a lot of information I was talking about earlier, please schedule orientation appointment with ACN. They can able to point out which program is it, okay? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank you for that, Miss Ivy. So we have another question from Sashika. What are the courses can you describe? For that, Miss Sashika, you can watch the recorded video of this webinar, but we can still hear from Miss Ivy Chen.
What are the courses in it? You mean the program, right? The program yeah. So okay, that's my memory challenge. So we have 6 programs. I talk about 3 programs today. In this webinar, we have 6 areas. So business management, IT, that is information technology, international trade, I also talk about in this webinar, also hospitality, also in this webinar. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And then we also have social media marketing. Yeah, or they say project management. Let me go back to my presentation just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So we have 6 co-op programs, okay? So yeah, I think I covered everything: business, international trade, hospitality, project manager, IT, and social media marketing. We have 6 co-op programs to choose from. Again, like Ricky suggests, you're welcome to book appointment with ACN, and they can guide you to which program might suit you the best.
Okay, so yeah, Miss Shashika, you can also watch our recorded webinar in Facebook, and this webinar is also recorded. If you miss what Miss Ivy Chen discussed earlier, you can watch it again. Okay, so for Miss Eileen, can we have the office phone number in Angeles City? Yes, we will put all the details here in our chat box, and also you can check our Facebook page. We have Facebook page in Angeles. And for Marjun, how to avail scholarship promotion and when?
So Marjo, good news. We have a scholarship until the end of this September, up to 3,000. So all you need to do is to first figure out which program you want to apply to, because it's very important, right? So you need to think about it and make your decision. If you don't know, if you're still not sure, you can talk to ACM. Again, they've been working with us for many years, and they've been helping so many students. So they're able to provide very insightful suggestions. And after that, once you decided, they can also help you to submit the application. So all you need to do is talk to them. And once you're ready, submit the application before the end of September, then you will qualify for this up to 3,000 scholarship.
Okay. So, any more question, guys, before we will end our webinar?
Excuse me, Miss Ricky.
Yes,
Yeah.
po.
Hello again, Miss Ivy. All right, so I just want to add up some information for our participants. So for the person asking about office visit a while ago, so as mentioned, we have 6 branches in the Philippines. Here in our Baguio office, if you are from Baguio, you can visit us. We are just in the middle of Session Road, so you can check on our address here. We have typed it in the chat box. For other offices like Makati and Quezon City, I think this is by appointment. So you will need to get in touch with ACN so that you can, we can set you an appointment so that the agents in Makati and Quezon City can accommodate you as well. Also for our office numbers, you can check it out on our Facebook pages. So we do have Facebook pages for each branch, and also for you to be easily contact us, first you need to click on the link above. So you can scroll up to look at our orientation links. You can book your orientation there, and our orientations are for free. So please do take advantage of it. And for our next schedule, like for some participants who are very interested in the IT programs, that will be discussed on our next webinar on July 22. I think that's the next date. Okay. And also, if you might have missed our links for orientation on this meeting, you can wait for our email so that you can book your orientations on the links provided there. So I think that is all for me and for the ACN's part. What about you, Miss Ivy?
Yeah, I think there was one asking the e-certificate. Are you able to help with, is Vanessa? I think they're talking about some e-certificate.
All right, so for this, yeah. Miss Vanessa, you can message any of us so that you can get in touch with ACN in terms of the certificate that you're asking for. Okay, so I think that would be the all for our part, Miss Ivy. What about for you? Any parting words?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that thank you for all for the great questions, your attendance. It's very, I talk about a lot of things, and thank you for staying at the last minute. But this is not the end, it's just the starting, right? So definitely do your research and talk to ACM, and I look forward to welcome you in Vancouver sometimes in the future, okay? Yeah, that's all I want to say.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Ivy. And we are very glad to always have you as our speaker for our webinar. So thank you so much. And thank you for our participants as well. Thank you for actively participating today. And we hope that we were able to answer your questions. So before we end, we would like to leave you with a quote from Miss Ricky.
So, quote from Walt Disney, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for attending our webinar for today. And thank you, Miss Ivy Chen, for that wonderful presentation. And we will hope to see you all in our next webinar. So Stay safe, guys, and thank you so much for attending ACN's webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Ivy.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Miss Ivy. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.